Number one reason why basic training sucks, and it sucked at the time that I joined, and I'm sure it's gonna suck every single time that somebody joins because they don't know any better, but there is no connection to the outside world. Absolutely none. Zero, zilch, nada, no connections. What I mean by that, of course, there's no phones, there's no newspaper, there's no radio, there's no TVs. They don't even tell you what's going on unless it's an actual pandemic or an emergency of some sort. Basic training, you're just like on an island, bro. There's nothing that will connect you to your family or to the outside world at all. So that's why it's real tough. It's mental. By the end of basic training, you're just drained and you just want to go home because you need to figure out what's happening. You know, just imagine all these years that you spent on your phone, in class, in school, every day, you know, texting and watching TV and radio and all this stuff. And then next thing you know, the next day when you get to basic training, there's none of that. You know, it's like you freaking go through withdrawals, like you're like a freaking crack addict of some sort, man. There's none at all as far as connection to the outside world. So if you could do with that, then you'd be all right. But for me, bro, I couldn't do it. It was so hard. It was real tough on me, man. Like my mental, I almost gave up multiple times. You know, I have a family, so it's even harder for me. But you know, if you're single and you ain't got nobody, you ain't got no family, no friends, you'll be fine. But if you got, you know, a lot back home, you're gonna be like, it's gonna mess with you. Trust me. Second reason why basic training sucked is because they made me sit on the floor. They make you sit on the floor. They make you eat on the floor. They make you do workouts on the floor. Especially when you're working out, you're in the dirt, the mud, the grass, the water, puddles, anything like that. They don't care. You know, you're gonna be sitting on there or laying on there one way or another. You know, whether it's face down or ass up, doesn't even matter. They're gonna make you sit in there and get dirty. And they love that because, you know, what else is there to love as a drill sergeant? Picture yourself as a drill sergeant. You want maximum fun and you want the craziest things to happen to your privates so that way you can make your story or your day better. Because again, they're there for like 16 hours. So it's kind of like boring at basic training. So as a private, when you're going in there or whatever you are going in there for, whether you're an officer or, you know, enlisted, they make you sit on the floor. They make you do, you know, just things that you're just uncomfortable with as far as what you're used to, you know, back at home. You know, they make you do, you know, not degrading stuff, but they just make you do stuff that you feel like, wow, really? I gotta do this, you know. Whether you have to stand there and shut up while somebody's talking to you, or let's just say you need to go talk to somebody, you need a little battle buddy to go with you, or let's say, you know, you gotta go ask I don't know, commander a question, and then of course you need your battle buddy, but if they're in the middle of something, you gotta wait there for like 5 minutes, silent, standing there like an idiot until they address you like, yes, private. You know what I mean? Like things like that just make you feel like, wow, this is so stupid, man. Like for me at least, you know, because I'm older. Again, I'm 30 years old, so it bothers me sometimes when I have to do certain things that's like childish. But you know, if you're young, you know, you're still learning, and it's not really a big deal. But it's just something that they made me do. You know, was sit on the floor, on rocks, on water, on, you know, mud, grass, ants, all this crazy stuff. So be prepared when you get there that you're going to be doing things that you don't want to do. Bottom line. Number three, third reason why basic training sucks is because it feels like forever. Feels like forever, man. Every day. Long ass days for no apparent reason at all. Long days. I'm telling you, when I say long days, long days. There is no way to tell time unless you got a watch, or there's no phone. So there's no TV, there's none of that. Everything is just long days because you don't have things to keep you entertained. You know, all day, you know, you're stuck doing things that you don't want to do, whether it's cleaning or going to, you know, certain places as a formation, or just sitting in your barracks all day waiting for the next thing to do, or waiting for your drill sergeant to come up with some kind of plan as to how to smoke you. So all day long there is absolutely nothing you do other than things you don't want to do, and then that just makes it a terrible long day. So expect to have long ass days all day every day for 2 months straight until you get to AIT. When you get to AIT, it kind of makes it a little bit better. Things start to open up. You get to have your phone. You get to do other things that allow the day to go by faster. But at basic training, it's long, especially if you got family or got kids, if you got a wife or a husband back at home, or you got your mom or your father, whoever it is that's important back at home. You know, that's on your mind. So you're always thinking about it. You know, you're always thinking about them and how they're doing. And you can't communicate with them, so all you can do is just ponder and think all day. So long days of just thinking, sitting, not doing nothing. Expect that to happen when you get to basic training. Number 5, the 5th thing about basic training that I felt was kind of like a drag is that they had a battle buddy system. So battle buddies, pretty much, they just make you get somebody else that you have to be accompanied with. If you're a male, you got to be with another male. If you're a female, you got to be with another female. Or just say there's no other female around. If you're a female, you got to get 2 males. If you're a male, there's no other male around, you got to get 2 females to go from place to place or do whatever it is that you got to do, whether it's talk to a drill sergeant or go to a specific area in the field or your barracks or your area. So you can't do nothing, absolutely nothing, without a battle buddy. And that to me was like having my little puppy attached to my hip all day, you know what I mean? Especially if you're older, you know, you got this younger person that's always with you who might be annoying, or who they might be okay, but they're also still a little baby. You gotta baby them and watch them and tell them what to do, not to do, what you should say, what you shouldn't say, etc., etc. You get my drift? So you always have a battle buddy, so it's kind of like daunting when you have to always walk somewhere. You can't with the other battle buddy. Like, you can't get any fresh air by yourself. You can't do anything by yourself. You can't go anywhere by yourself. You got to go to a bathroom with a battle buddy. Everything's just with a person, you know. So it's like, if you don't mind that, if you find that to be interesting, then go by all means necessary. Expect to have fun with your battle buddy, but for the most part, you never find a battle buddy that's great for you unless you make good friends that are within your team, and then maybe you can have one bestie that you always go with somewhere, and it will be fun. But even then, like, sometimes you just want to have alone time by yourself, you know what I mean? And they don't allow you to have your alone time. You always got to be with somebody else, so that kind of sucks. But battle buddy is something that kind of made me have like a negative experience in basic training because I didn't get my own personal space. So when you get to basic training, expect to have a battle buddy with you all the time, watching you take a poop. And last but not least, the 5th reason why basic training sucks. I'm not going to tell you just that. I'm just going to tell you first of all, thank you so much for sticking around this long. Obviously, you know, it's been one of those things where you wanted to find out 5 things that were terrible at basic training, and maybe you go into basic training and you want to know everything you need to know as far as basic training goes. So again, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for sticking around. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been great. Before I get into the 5th one, go ahead and write a comment down below. Tell me what are the craziest things that you're thinking about that are scaring you, and maybe I can go ahead and answer those questions, kind of make you feel a little bit better as far as basic training or AIT or signing the dotted line to joining the military. So the 5th one, and that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here, and I think it's one of the best ones. So I'm gonna just lay it out there. 5th one to basic training and why it sucks is because there is no poon, no making love, no genitalia rubbing, none of that. There is no sex, all right? None at all. Zero, nada, zilch. Zero, nada, zilch. How many times can I say that before it gets annoying? None, all right? So at basic training, there's a lot of hornballs that are just looking for, you know, how to scratch their itch. So, you know, at basic training, Yeah, people used to try to get it in, but it's not even possible anymore. You know, it's one of those things where you always with a better buddy, you always gotta go somewhere, people always watching you, and they already know. And they also supposedly put stuff in your juice that make you not feel horny, make you not feel any horniness. So you don't even have to worry about that. But let's just say you're passing that and your sex drive is super high, then you're gonna be rubbing it out by yourself all day until you get back home. So basic training, obviously, you know, depending on the kind of person you are, if that's your lifestyle, then you know it's gonna be tough for you, because again, you got 2 months that you're there, you're not doing anything, you know, as far as that nature goes. But if you got somebody with, you know, back at home, it's easier. Still not easy, but it's easier than someone who's single and all they can think about is that, you know. So that makes it a little bit tough, a little bit challenging and uncomfortable, because dang, that's what makes life better sometimes, you know what I mean? Unless you're a virgin, then that's a different story. But you know, that's what makes it better. But if you can't do that, then you're like, I'm pissed off. You know, you're waking up every morning with, you know, the rest of bitch face, and you just want to murder everybody until you get one up. All I'm here to tell you is basic training is a lot of restrictions, a lot of limitations that you can't do, and that's definitely one of them. So when you go into basic training, you don't want to think about that. Again, don't think about that stuff that you know you can't do, like smoking cigarettes or watching porn if that's your thing, his sex or whatever, or list 1,000 other things that, you know, you wish you could do, but at basic training you can't. So it's only 2 months. It's tough. Yes, there's a lot of things that I can keep listing that are terrible about basic training, but I'm not even gonna make it that long. Those are the 5 things to me that I felt was hard as far as basic training goes and how to get through it. I had a lot of challenges back at home that I had to work on, especially with finances and, you know, family and friends and all this extra stuff that actually weighs a toll on you. But if you can pass basic training with no problem, not thinking about those things, and you have all those things taken care of before you get to basic training, you'll be good, ready to go, no problems. And 2 months will pass by, and before you know it, you'll be home chilling, sipping on margaritas, if that's your thing. There's 5 things for you that I felt was worst things about basic training. There's a lot of different things out there that, you know, made basic training a real challenge. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, everyone's gonna have their own thing that kind of bothers them by the time they get to their last couple of weeks before basic training ends. All I'm here to tell you is stick it out. Don't worry about it. Don't let it bother you as much. Focus on the positive. You know, before you know it, you'll be in AIT, which you'll be in Freedom Land, and then you'll go ahead on to your regular unit, which you're a free man, free woman after that, and then you can do whatever it is the hell you want to do, besides punch the commander in his face. So that's all I got for you. Thanks so much for sticking in all the way to the end. It's been a pleasure. Oh, for those who did subscribe, great, thanks so much. Also, if you did a thumbs up, appreciate that. It makes the video go around so other people can see this video, get more value and content, especially if you think about joining the military, or if you have different questions regarding the Army or in the military. I got your back. I'm your boy here, Perez. If you like, go ahead and add me on Instagram, Snapchat, my email, send me some questions that I can answer for you, or tell me what it is that you want me to make as far as the video goes, and I'll do my best to go ahead and answer your question within that video, within video form, because I'm sure that if you have that question, tons of other people will have that question as well. So again, thanks for joining the community. Thanks for landing on this video today. Hopefully you got some great content out of this video that allowed you to feel a little bit better about basic training, and also kind of set your mind at ease, so that way you can get more prepared to join the military and get through basic training. Until next time, I'll see you on the next video.